Hi, Nafisa. It's been more than 2 decades now, and still today, victims are being buried. We understand that forensically, it was difficult to identify bodies, but why has it taken 22 years?
Well, to put it in a simple way, because of the lack of information. First of all, most of these bodies are not complete. Most of these bodies, most of these people who are buried 20 years later are just 1 or 2 bones left that have been found in the previous years. And some of the pieces of these people are found in 4 different mass graves across the woods around Srebrenica. So to continue with this process and to finally end with this process, it is very important to have information of where exactly these mass graves are, so that the process can finally end. But the problem is, of course, that institutions in Bosnia are facing problems because they cannot identify exactly where the rest of the mass graves, because most of the people who were involved during the war in Bosnia, they don't want to share this information. But of course, because of their own security, because of the shame, because of the reasons are pretty obvious. So what institutions are trying to do now is to call on all those who were involved in war in Bosnia to come with these information, so they can finally give more satisfaction to the families who are still waiting 22 years later. And also some families, the entire families have been killed in the genocide in 1995. So it's difficult to identify actually whose remains are left if you don't have any relatives left.
Talk to us about Srebrenica today. Is life back to normal, or is it still very much haunted by the atrocities of decades ago?
Well, Srebrenica is completely changed. Before the war, it was one of the richest municipalities in Bosnia, with a strong economy, strong industry, very rich place with mines, etc. But today Srebrenica is completely one very silent city. People don't have enough jobs, so this makes most of them leaving abroad. And also before the war, the majority of people living in Srebrenica were Muslims. Today, that's not the case, and the number of Muslims it's much lower than before. And of course, people who lost their entire families, mostly females who don't have any more relatives there, they don't want to return and continue with their lives. So it's very difficult. The city is completely changed. It usually everybody visits Srebrenica only on July 11th, like it is today, to commemorate, to pay respect to the victims. But it's still not enough when it comes to the city's economy, who is completely dead. When you, I mean, like, I've been there so many times. It's practically, you have few shops, the Potočar Memorial Center, 1 hotel, and it's just, you can see that this city is still struggling with its horrible history, because it will take time, definitely, and also having in mind that a lot of people still don't agree on what actually happened in July 1995. This all makes the process even harder.
Okay, Nafisa, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming in.